Kirote, and welcome to another episode of Disability Awareness Podcast. This is a platform where I share my experiences as a person with disability, as well as bring persons with disabilities to share their stories and their experiences with the view of creating disability awareness and also reducing the stigma that is attached or associated with disability. In today's episode, I want us to talk about some behaviors or some things that people do which are offensive, like towards persons with disabilities. I know they do them unknowingly, like with no intentions of being offensive or making a person with disability feel bad. And in this case, I will particularly talk about persons who are visually impaired. So you find that, for example, like now the thing number one is when this one I've experienced most of the times when I'm just walking, I'm just minding my own business. Maybe most probably I'm with my guide. Yeah, a lot of the times, all the times I'm with someone, and then all of a sudden someone stops you. Maybe it's in town, or I'm just on my way to work, and then someone just stops you and they're like, "Can I pray for you?" I'm like, most of me, personally, I don't accept that because first, I find it offensive. Like, you're assuming I am sick. You don't even know, like, what happened to me. You don't know whether what the reason for my blindness. Maybe I was born blind, but you're here, like, offering to pray for me so that I start seeing. So I find that offensive personally, and that happens a lot in town, across the streets, everywhere. People will just stop you randomly and offer to pray for you. Another problem that I find with that is maybe you assume I am Christian. I have nothing against of Christianity, but now why would you assume I am Christian, or I subscribe like to your faith? Because when you offer to pray, like, first, there are so many people who are not Christians, others are Muslim, others are not, like, do not identify with either of those. So sometimes it is important also to ask. Maybe you can ask me, would you, or ask another person, someone, if you want to pray for them, can I pray for you? So that I say yes or no, or that person responds whether they want to be prayed to or not. But just stopping someone randomly in the streets and offering to pray for them, no, it doesn't come out well, and it is not nice. So I think that is something that we can stop doing. Another thing is, when this also happens to me, when I go to the hospital. Maybe I've gone to see a dermatologist, but then the moment I get to the hospital, a nurse or just someone in that hospital, in that facility, offers a wheelchair. And now most of it, I'm left wondering, why are they providing a wheelchair? Clearly, I just can't see, but I can walk. I have entered the facility walking. This is something that I have never understood, like, where does the idea of providing a wheelchair come from? Because I can walk. Me not being able to see does not mean like the rest of my body is dysfunctional, or I am not able to move around. So sometimes just ask, like, how can I assist you? And other times I'm even with my guide, or I'm with someone. We've come walking all the way from wherever we've come from, but then when we enter the hospital, you start now giving me a wheelchair. Like, that is also not nice. It's not a nice practice. And the most ridiculous thing with the wheelchair thing is, sometimes back, I was just traveling, and then we were in a certain airport. I will not name the airport. And then the the person there, or the assistant, I don't know what they are called, they, after checking in and whatnot, they now started saying, can we give you, can I help with the wheelchair? Like, they wanted to provide us a wheelchair to help us, like, now with the process, like moving around the airport. And I found that offensive because I can walk. I am with my guide. You see, I am walking around with my guide or my assistant, and then you're here busy like giving me a wheelchair. That is, I don't know. To me, it does not come out nicely, and I find offense, and of course I don't accept. I normally turn the offer down, and I'm like, no, I am okay. I'm able to walk. Another thing or something else that I find offensive, and this happens a lot, is when a person or someone addresses you through or addresses me. Let me use myself as an example because it happens to me. When someone addresses me through my guide or through someone else, like for example, I am just, maybe we are walking and you want to say hi, or I'm just seated, or we are just minding, I'm just minding my own business but I'm with someone else, then someone just chooses to say hi to Betty, yet I am there, right there, they can see me. So but instead of saying hi Betty, you just say hi to Betty. And then others, we are just walking and someone says to my guide or to, yeah, to my assistant, mwambie ni mrembo, or tell her she's beautiful, yet I am there, like I am right there. Why? I don't understand that. Like I feel like people assume because you cannot see, you cannot hear, yet that is such a, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. It cannot be say. I cannot say it's a myth, but I don't know where people get those ideas from. Because the fact that I cannot see does not mean my ears have a problem. I just can't see, and when you talk, I will respond. When you ask for something, or when you, if you want to just give a compliment or to tell me something, tell me directly, because clearly I can see and I can hear. And even some people who know you so well will still proceed to make the same mistake and say hi to Betty, yet I am there. That one I normally take offense, honestly. And even those greetings, I don't I don't respond to those greetings, because like, come on, you've already, like, you're the first mover, the way you've made those greetings is not nice. So yeah, myself, I just ignore and move on. Another thing is staring. And this one, I know people might wonder, how do you know someone is staring? There are one of the main ways, like to tell, the easiest way for me to tell people are staring is when maybe I am walking into a room and there are people. When you enter the door, you can hear people are talking, people are busy talking, but when you enter the room, people keep quiet. So that way, definitely, people have stopped to look at you. Others, even the person that you're with, like the person that I am walking with, will tell me, people are really staring at us, or people are really looking at us. Sometimes it's even to the extent of making the assistant uncomfortable, because you're really looking, or you're really staring. I don't know why you stare at us. That one I may never understand. Another way, like, to know someone is staring, this one I may not tell directly, is because maybe we're in town or we are just walking, and then my guide will just tell me, hey, people are really looking at us. That person almost fell down while while looking at us. Like, that way, now people are staring. Sometimes I feel it's out of curiosity, or maybe you wonder, I don't know, you wonder, like, how maybe we are able to walk, or we are able to move. I don't know what's normally going on in people's heads, but it's not a nice thing also to stare. Something else that I find offensive. I know people mean it, or when they do it, they in their heads they think they are complimenting me, or they are being nice. Like, someone will say, "You don't look blind." And then I wonder, how does a blind person look like? Because If honestly someone means that to be a compliment, I don't see how that is supposed to make me even feel good. And then someone else, another person will say, "You're too beautiful to be blind." And then I'm left wondering, how are people who are blind supposed to look like, or how are visually impaired persons supposed to look like? So those things are not nice. They don't come out nicely. Sometimes I know people say them innocently with the intentions of being like, for example, that one of, "You're too pretty to be blind." Maybe someone thinks they are complimenting you or they will make you feel nice, but it doesn't. It doesn't at all. And others will not even say it loudly. They let you pass, or just, I don't know, maybe they assume we cannot hear. As I said, I don't know what makes people think a person who is blind cannot hear, because someone will just say, they're just next to you and they will say, "Ah, huyo haki ni mrembo na haoni." Like, come on. So those things are not nice and they don't normally come out nicely. And I think they also contribute to, they kinda make persons with disabilities feel bad or not be freely now interact or socialize with people, because if you go out, these are the things that you face, this is how people react or respond. You see, now you're not like comfortable, or the confidence goes down. Something else, guys, that this one, I wouldn't say it's offensive, but I would say it contributes to persons with disabilities or a visually impaired person not wanting to go out as often, or not wanting to accompany people when they go out, or when they go shopping or things. This used to happen to me a lot when I was younger. It's For example, you've gone to do some shopping in a supermarket, or yeah, mostly let's talk of a supermarket, because markets can be chaotic, and I would understand if someone like wanted to leave me behind so that they get to the market, because of course markets are congested. Well, this does not happen to me. Luckily I have friends who don't mind, so we go with them wherever we are going. They don't mind. But I would understand if someone chose to leave a person with disability, or a visually impaired person somewhere to go to the market, because sometimes, and especially during market days, it can be chaotic. Even moving around can be chaotic. But sometimes even supermarket, you find someone leaves you outside to go and pick things in the supermarket. That one, I don't want to say it's not offensive, but it's something that makes, for me, honestly, how it used to make me feel like I am a burden, and it used to make me want to stay home or want to be left behind, because I'm like, we will just go there and they will leave me, then they will go and explore or go do shopping, and now you see you're not included. And if you don't include me, I will never know how these things are done. So in this case, maybe for example, if it's supermarket, you go shopping in a supermarket, you leave me outside seated somewhere waiting for you to finish doing the shopping. You see, now I will never know the cost of unga. I will never know how much toothpaste goes for. Like, these things also exposes us. Like, when we go, when you are, when you include me, or when you include a person with disability in normal, like ordinary day-to-day things, you are exposing them, and they get to be part of your day-to-day activities. That way, even when now they get to a point like where I am right now, I am able to be independent. I am able to budget. Like, for example, if I want to set aside money for my shopping, I can estimate, because I go for shopping. Like, I know how things, the prices of things, because I am involved. I have been involved since I was in campus. My friend never left me behind, and I really thank her for that. Her name is Sophie. She used to go with me to the supermarket. She will tell me this brand of toothpaste is this much, this one is this amount of money. If it's unga, she will tell you there's this unga, there's this brand, there's this company, and this one is that, like she reads them out for to you so that you choose. And also she will tell you which one is the best. Like tissues, she will tell you we have this brand, we have this other brand, and same to all, like every other thing that you're picking. So that helps in making that decision. You make an informed decision. And also when you're budgeting, or when you want to go shopping, you're able to estimate, or you're able to know the amount of money you will need. And even when now that person is not around, for example, because there came a time when she had to leave, like because of work, of course, after studying, after Kenya School of Law, like we went to different places, we are not in the same town. Now you see, after she left, life was easier for me, because in as much as now I go shopping sometimes on my own, when I go and I find maybe a supermarket attendant to help me with the shopping, it's very easy because I know what I want. Like, I have done this before, so I know I normally use this type of unga. I normally use this toothpaste. I use this cooking oil, so it's easy. And sometimes if there are offers, I will be able to know. I ask like which maybe cooking oil has offer. So it's important that we are included. It's important that you go with us. And even this specifically, I'll direct to parents or siblings of PWDs. I have no experience with another disability. Let me say those with like blind or visually impaired children or siblings. It's important that you include them when doing these day-to-day chores, when doing these day-to-day activities like shopping, because those things will come in handy at some point in their lives when they are no longer like staying with you. It will give them a sense of independence, and they will be able to live a life of their own, like independently, without like being entirely dependent on you. For other disabilities, I think I will bring people who with other disabilities to share their experiences. Yeah, so that is that. The point was, I think I've given a lot of stories. The point was always, if you are a friend, or if you are a parent, or if you're a sibling with to a person who is visually impaired, don't find it difficult. Just include them. If you're going shopping, go with them, unless it's not like possible. By all means, it's important to go with them, share with them like the experience, tell them this and this is sold this much. Like, let them be part of that experience, and it will come in handy at some point in their lives. Something else, it's also in the same line. It's this one. This one, it happens a lot. And I don't think it's nice. I think it's a form of way like the society showing like pity, or maybe they feel bad. I don't know. I know they do it out of courtesy. Sometimes I think of it, I'm like, maybe they're being courteous, but like I walk in a shop, maybe it's an M-Pesa shop, I just want to withdraw some money, and the attendant or the person there immediately offers offers me a place to sit. So, and I am that time, maybe I am with my guide, or I'm with someone, and then they don't offer that other person a place to sit. So it's just me. Like, they will just tell me, they will just say, and also the manner in which they say it, it's not nice, by the way. Ati mweke akae hapo. I'm like, and that time, I'm the one who is even operating my phone. I am the one who has come to seek that service. But you see, they will say, mweke, let her sit down there. And then now, maybe they assume that that other person is coming, like, is bringing you, and they are going to do everything for you. I have no problem with people being courteous, but sometimes, I don't know, some things, I think sometimes people just overdo it, or they overthink it. Because if I'm coming to a shop to get something, clearly, do I really need to sit down? or do you need to tell the person that has accompanied me, let her sit down there, and then no, that one is not nice, guys. The thing here is we are able. So, like for example, when you offer assistance, maybe there's an obstacle ahead, or maybe I wanted to cross. There's a bridge, or you clearly can see I'm going to fall, or something is going to happen. Those ones are nice things, and I don't think any person with disability would have a problem with that. The only problem is the way like you're making like clear distinctions, like you're trying to separate, like to give me very different treatment. I don't want to call it discrimination. You give me like different treatment that clearly I can say this is attributed to me having a disability. So yeah, I would say let's all try to be nice. Let's mind maybe the language or the approach. I haven't even talked of language because there's language that people use that is offensive, but I don't think I want to talk about that now. But yeah, let's just say let's all be nice. Let's treat each other nicely. If you want to say hi to a person with disability, talk to them directly, address them directly. They can hear. They just don't see, but they can hear. And many other things that I've captured in this episode. And yeah, if you're a person with disability, or you're blind or visually impaired, and you've gone through some of these experiences, or there are some things that I haven't mentioned in this episode that you feel like people do which are offensive, some of which they do innocently, and you would like to share, you can kindly leave your comment on the comment section. And yeah, feel free, like this episode, subscribe and share with your friends. Yeah, that is all for this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.